Alrighty, folks. Hope everybody's having a great weekend. Um, I've got a little bit of lack of sleep, so it's kind of grumpy Ed. But anyway, no, I had to. Sorry, guys, I had to delete my last video because I got the little copyright warning from YouTube. And that's because I was playing my radio in the background. So go figure. Instead of trying to quash fake AI images and videos that are propaganda, it's more important to copyright somebody like me, right? So, it's not like I played AC/DC on my guitar, which don't get me wrong, I've thought of, but that would be like probably a real copyright thing, right? But oh well, such is life, guys. All right, so what we got today is I'll show you my latest stash ad here. This is a very old Lionel engine, and I finally got it. I've been waiting years and years and years to get this engine, and I'm kind of ticked off at my supplier this weekend. I hope he can rectify the situation a little bit, but I got this at a good bargain. And what happens, this is like probably from, I would say like the 20s, right? And so what happens is a lot of these that you find are so old that these wheels have separated, that the metals actually separate, right? And this one doesn't have the separations. It's had some work on it. It looks like somebody installed a forward reverse switch. Somebody did some work on here, repair work on there. Supposedly this still runs, but as you can see, this wiring here is so old and so brittle. I won't ever attempt to run this thing. Usually people rebuild them. See, and so. This is pretty much original, right? So, so there's the forward reverse switch. I'm guessing this is an E unit, and it was in really, really good shape. I was surprised. Somebody's got some wiring going on there, right? But I was very, very pleased to get this, and I got it at a good price. And I'll show you it. I got it right here. It's almost like a set too, because remember the last car that I got? Well, it kind of goes with it. See, it's the same kind of deal. So, you've got these two guys together, right? That's awesome. It's just. I'm very, very pleased. They're both in pretty good shape, and they both seem to be original. Nobody's. I don't think anybody's really doctored with any of this, right? So that I was real pleased with. And the next thing we got going on here, we'll probably do a short video later on testing this. Remember, I'm using my K-line transformer for my Markland set there. Well, this is the transformer I had when I was a kid. I believe it came with a Scout set, but correct me if I'm wrong. But this has a forward and a reverse. So if you go one way and then you turn it off and go back on, it reverses automatically, and that's within this transformer. And so, like I said, I'll have to test it. It looks like it's in pretty good shape too. And then the final one that I have here is this guy. He's kind of in rough shape. He's seen better days on his paint. I'll clean him up here. If I clean him up, he'll look a lot better. But somebody did this customized, put Louisville and Nashville their own decals on here and painted that custom. But there again, this appears to be an old engine. And what I think really happened is this is probably, I would say, and correct me if I'm wrong, but this is where the battery went. There was a battery, and I believe it's for the horn or something like that. I don't know. But they said this thing runs, but I don't know. There again. But what I think they did was they took this is a F unit, or Fairbanks and Morse or something. I don't know, an FA engine, and I think this bottom chassis was from a F3. Is what I'm thinking. I'm not sure if the early Fs came with the battery part, right? But that's where I'm ticked off at my supplier, because in the picture he showed the cover, right? And I didn't get the battery cover. And so, I'm not going to do business with him. I told him if he doesn't rectify the situation, right? So there again, this is probably from the 50s or something. I don't know. So there again, another old engine that I probably won't run, but I still want the battery cover. I'm stickler for that. If you showed it in the picture with the engine, on the engine, I kind of feel like I got ripped off, right? So that's my sticking point. So just let you guys know, if you're selling shit on eBay or, if you're selling models and stuff, people look into that, right? They don't want to be ripped off, right? So that's my story with that. And so that's my weekend spiel. I'm in the model room busy while I'm not taking a nap. That white primer I like pretty well. It's doing pretty good, actually. So I'm finishing up primering the chassis. I got the chassis all primered for the Comet. So it's going to dry. Spend the rest of the time drying. And let's see. Oh, I've got a bunch of other parts for the Little Red Wagon to do, and so we're just kind of pushing through. I'm doing the wheel parts on the body of the Comet, the flares, the fender flares. I want to at least try to get those knocked out this weekend if I can. And that just leaves me the easy stuff, the roof, and then we'll squirt that body with primer as well, and we'll press on, see what other kind of trouble we can get into. All right, everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I appreciate you guys stopping by my channel. I really love all the great comments I've been getting lately. And, I try to respond to everybody. I'm not this million subscriber person that can't subscribe, that can't reply to anybody, right? I don't necessarily want to be that person, right? So that's how I roll. Everybody be cool.